Football fans, brace yourselves, because the stage is set for a blockbuster clash this weekend. Liverpool are back in Premier League action, and they're facing one of the toughest challenges of the season so far, a high-stakes showdown at Anfield against Arsenal. This isn't just another fixture, it's a statement game. And trust me, the drama, the storylines, and the intensity surrounding this clash are absolutely mouth-watering. Let's dive into everything you need to know: the build-up, the injury updates, the tactical battles, and why this game could shape the title race even though we're only in the opening weeks of the season. First off, let's talk about Liverpool. The Reds are flying high at the moment. They've started the new Premier League season with back-to-back wins, 4-2 against Bournemouth on the opening day, and a thrilling 3-2 away win against Newcastle United. 6 points out of 6, plenty of goals scored, and a squad that looks hungry to defend their crown after winning the league last season. Now all eyes are on Arne Slot. Replacing Jurgen Klopp was always going to be the biggest managerial challenge in modern football, but so far Slot has adapted brilliantly to life in England. He's injected fresh energy, kept the team's high intensity alive, and the players seem to have bought into his vision almost instantly. The fans are starting to sing his name, and results are keeping everyone smiling. But a test against Arsenal is a different beast. It's the kind of game that can either cement Slot's reputation further or raise new questions. And speaking of Arsenal, what a roller coaster they've had in the opening weeks. The Gunners have had mixed fortunes with injuries, and that's where the drama really kicks in. Their captain, Martin Ødegaard, is a huge doubt after coming off with a shoulder issue in their last game against Leeds United. Mikel Arteta admitted they're still waiting on scans, and that uncertainty is enough to worry any Arsenal fan. Ødegaard isn't just their captain, he's the heartbeat of the team, the player who dictates tempo and unlocks defenses. Losing him in a game of this magnitude would be a massive blow, but it doesn't stop there. Bukayo Saka, arguably Arsenal's most dangerous attacker, pulled up with a hamstring issue in the same game. Add Kai Havertz's knee problem into the mix, and suddenly Arsenal are staring at the prospect of going into this titanic clash without 3 of their biggest names. That's the kind of injury crisis that can derail a title challenge before it even gets started. Now, Arsenal do have some positives to cling on to. Ben White and new signing Christian Ødegaard are pushing for returns after missing the last match. Their presence would bolster Arteta's options, especially defensively. But striker Gabriel Jesus is still a long-term absentee, and that lack of a clinical number 9 continues to haunt Arsenal in the biggest games. On the flip side, Liverpool also have some injury concerns of their own. Jeremy Frimpong, who has been electric since joining the Reds, remains sidelined with a hamstring problem. Slot has been cautious, making it clear he won't risk the player unless he's 100% fit. With an international break looming, the smart move might be to hold him back for another week. But here's a huge boost for Liverpool. Alexis Mac Allister looks set to be available. The Argentine midfielder who missed parts of pre-season with fitness issues is now back in contention. Slot himself admitted he had to be cautious with Mac Allister recently, but if he's fit to start, that's massive for Liverpool's midfield. His energy, vision, and ability to link defense to attack could be the difference maker against Arsenal's high press. So what does this all mean tactically? Well, let's break it down. For Liverpool, expect a fast start. Anfield will be bouncing, and Slot knows that hitting Arsenal early could unsettle them, especially if they're without Ødegaard and Saka. Darwin Núñez will be crucial with his runs in behind, while Mohamed Salah will once again be the go-to man for goals. Don't be surprised if Slot leans heavily on his midfield trio to control the tempo and expose Arsenal's defensive frailties. For Arsenal, the challenge is even greater. If Ødegaard doesn't play, Arteta will need someone else to step up creatively. Could Leandro Trossard be the wild card? Could Emile Smith-Rowe finally get his chance to shine? And defensively, Arsenal must stay compact because once Liverpool get into their rhythm at Anfield, very few teams in world football can stop them. The stakes couldn't be higher. Liverpool want to keep their perfect start intact and show the world that, under Arne Slot, they're still the team to beat. Arsenal, on the other hand, want to prove they're genuine title contenders, not just top four hopefuls. Drop points here, and the narrative could quickly turn against them, especially with injuries piling up. And let's not forget the bigger picture. A win for Liverpool would make it 3 out of 3, keeping momentum rolling into the international break. A win for Arsenal, however, would silence the doubters and send a message that they can compete at the very highest level, even with injuries. So, football fans, what do you think? Will Liverpool's firepower and home advantage prove too much? Or will Arsenal dig deep and pull off a surprise at Anfield? Drop your predictions in the comments, score lines, key players, and who you think will come out on top. One thing's for sure. This game has everything: history, rivalry, world-class players, and massive implications for the season ahead. Anfield will be rocking, millions will be watching, and the Premier League drama continues to deliver. So buckle up, because Liverpool versus Arsenal is going to be unmissable.